If you have to have a certain space, certain lights and certain gadgets and temperatures to make you feel as though that you're in true worship, then you have lost the whole point. Are we truly built the way the kingdom intends for us to be built? Is faith just a byproduct of something to say? Do you have faith when you're around a bunch of people that have faith? Or do you have faith regardless of the temperature in the room? Huh? Do you have to have a space, a certain kind of space to make you feel like you truly in worship? Huh? If you have to have a certain space, certain lights and certain gadgets and temperatures to make you feel as though that you're in true worship, then you have lost the whole point. Because if that was the case, then Mashiach would have found himself in the greatest temples teaching. There were some beautiful temples. There were some great sized temples. But where's he at? Out in the streets. Out in the fields. Why? Because it wasn't about the place. Wherever you go, you should carry the light and the anointing of Yah with you. Look what it says. He's continuing in the parable. He says, some fell along the path and was trampled underfoot, and the birds of the air devoured it. Verse 6, and some fell on the rock, and as it grew, it withered away. It started out strong, it grew, but it withered away. Let me ask y'all something. Some certain plants, how many of y'all got plants in y'all house, or flowers or something like that? Or either some type of something that you're trying to grow, like some cabbage or cucumbers. Have you ever grew it and then stopped showing the attention that you had when you first started growing? And one day you came home and it was withered. Why was it withered? Because of the lack of nutrients, the lack of sun, the lack of care. See, you can't be fooled by the height of what you're trying to grow. That's not the strength. The way it looks on the outside isn't the strength. Where's the strength? Where's the heart and soul of what you're trying to grow? It's the roots. What makes a tree strong and great when a storm comes isn't how tall it is and how strong it is out of the ground. It's how strong and how great it is under the ground, what you can't see. See, your strength in you is not about your outside and how great you look. There's some people that look great but miserable inside. There are others that look like they ain't worth a dime. They strong because their roots are deep. Their roots are strong. When a storm comes, they don't wither. They pray hard. They're not praying when the sun just out. They praying when the storm comes. They pray when it's cold. They pray when it's hot. The temperature don't dictate how much they pray, how strong they pray, or how close or how confident they are. Look what it says here. Verse number 8, and some fell into good soil and grew and yielded 100-fold. As he said these things, he called out, he who has ears, let him hear. Verse number 9, and when the disciples asked him what this parable meant, he said, to you, this is what he said. So his disciples is asking him a question. What is this? What is this about? Why are you speaking these parables? We don't understand what you're talking about. So he talks directly to them. He says, to you it has been given, Each and every last one of you in here, the Most High have given you something. He's giving you revelation. What revelation has he given you about your life? The question that we have to ask brothers and sisters in Israel is, what is the revelation that he's giving you in your life? What has he called you to be? Did he just wake you up to be an Israelite? No. Have you discovered the talents in you? Some of us confuse gifts with talent. Have you unlocked the gift? Have you unlocked the talent? Matter of fact, have you even unlocked in the fivefold of what he's going to use you to be? Some are trying to be teachers when they really should be nurturers. Some who don't even love people trying to be nurturers, pastors. There's a level of nurturing that comes with that. Some people who should be pastors are trying to be prophets and prophetic. And as the body, we have lost the understanding of that. So we've taken and taken people who exhort very well and make them prophetic. It's a good exhorter. I can mean something well for you that I think that should be good. That don't mean I turn around and prophesy to you. Come on here, y'all. Let's look at what it says here. It says, he says to you in verse 9, to you it has been given to know the secrets of the kingdom of Yah, but for others they are in parables. So he threw the parable out to see who got revelation. The whole purpose was the parable was to see who got revelation. Who's going to understand what's being spoken? Are you going to take that as literal, or are you going to understand the spiritual application behind what I said? So he threw that out there. He said to y'all disciples, I threw that parable out not for y'all, but since you asked, you got some more growing to do. Really, it was an indictment against them too. But to you, I'm going to give you the understanding. But because I know as Pharisees are there, they ain't really trying to get no revelation. They really trying to be gainsayers. They ask questions and they really don't want revelation. See, you have to know the difference between when people just asking you questions and when people who really want revelation. When you find out and you understand they don't revelation, you don't spend time dealing with people who ask questions. Because they're only asking questions either trip you up or to cause confusion. So what you do, you don't waste time with them. All right? Look what it says here in verse number 11. It says, now the parable is this. The seed is the word of Yah. The ones along the path of those who have heard. They have heard in past tense. But what did the word do for them? Is the question. He says, then the devil or Hasatan comes and take away the word from their hearts. Why? Because they did not guard and protect the word. They just received the word at the moment, but it never really meant anything to them. It never took root.